Have you ever dreamed of what it would be like if you won the lottery? You know, $40 million, $50 million. Wow. Super rich fast. Have you ever wondered or dreamed of being a really important person? Important, holding a powerful position? Wow. Or maybe, what would it be like to be a sports star or a movie star or famous? You might be able to do all of those things and more if you make a deal with the devil. Well, it's pretty clear in the Gospel of Matthew that old Satan himself offered some mighty attractive deals to Jesus. Remember that? Satan offered Jesus power and riches and fame and importance. Remember that passage? But not only to Jesus, there are some real historic legends about people who made a deal with Satan in exchange for their soul. We've all heard those stories. There are stories about people who were incredibly famous and popular musicians or brilliant scientists or great kings who bargained with the demonic for fame. That syndrome even has a name. It's called the Faustian bargain. To make a bargain with the devil. The Faustian bargain. Now, let's get back to Jesus. From the Gospel of Matthew. Remember this passage? And the devil took Jesus to a very high place and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and said to him, "All these I will give you if you just worship me." Look, we're modern people. We live in the 21st century. Should we just dismiss this thing as some old kind of old-fashioned hocus pocus? Only at Halloween? Or is there something to it? This gospel this Sunday has our Lord conversing directly with the devil. And he does so with some authority now, I might add. To remind you, in this gospel this Sunday, Satan appears to Jesus while he's talking to his beloved apostles. And Jesus said to his apostles that his future will have pain in it, disappointment, and defeat and suffering. And up rises immediately the ancient snake, the deceiver, the liar. And Satan appears to Jesus this Sunday with no drama. It's not a poof of black smoke. There's no pitchfork and horns. Very craftily, the devil disguises himself as one of Jesus' best friends, Peter. Very clever. Crafty, isn't it? And then Satan says to Jesus, "Suffering? God forbid. No such thing ever happened to you." That's what the devil said to Jesus. Brothers and sisters, our success in life does not come from our accomplishments. Our success, our salvation, our sense of worth really doesn't come from the degrees that we hold from universities, our property, our popularity, our achievements, our pleasures, our bank accounts. By God's own design, which is amazing to me, and I hope it is to you, by God's design, through Jesus Christ, our redemption comes in our failures. I ask you, why else would God, the Almighty Father, all-powerful, all-beautiful God, show himself to us in Jesus, who by all worldly accounts at the end of his life was an utter failure? He is rejected. He is arrested by the police. He's imprisoned. And he is killed by the death penalty as a criminal. Why would God do that? Again, sometimes we think that the realm of evil, Satan, the devil, whatever you want to call him, is some outdated hocus pocus. But brothers and sisters, I recommend that you not dismiss it, because the evil one is very crafty. Look what he did with Jesus in this gospel. He disguised himself as Jesus' best friend. More so, and what the evil one operates out of is an infectious jealousy. Don't you remember the truth about Lucifer? Lucifer, loose, light. Lucifer was the angel of light. He was the most beautiful of all the angels. But there was one more person that was more beautiful than he was, God. And Lucifer got so eaten up with jealousy that he was cast out of heaven. And so, with all of that, the evil one does not want God to speak to us. And the only words that come from God to you and me is our acceptance. God accepts us. He loves us. He cherishes us. But the devil does not want you to hear that. Infested with jealousy, Satan lures us away from our divine lover with masks of pleasure, popularity, riches. But not to be outdone, the Lord, in his infinite wisdom, is much more clever than that. He reveals himself to us in a place that the devil hates, and he will not go there. In suffering, the devil will not go there. In failure, the evil one will not go there. And even in our death, where the evil one will not go, who can escape death? The place that Satan refuses to go. Do you see how smart Jesus is? He went to the place that the evil one will not go, for you and for me. Jesus is so smart. And Jesus said, "Get behind me, Satan."